Right, so this is a pick a card reading for those of you that might be feeling somewhat heartbroken. It's beautiful. The whole world is celebrating love at the moment. Just really because at the time of doing this reading, it's February the 11th. So it's, 3 days before Valentine's. But you know what, for certain people, Valentine's Day can be a very difficult experience, a very challenging experience to deal with. And sometimes not even just by sort of like romance, it could even be by something like, what I'm picking up, maybe you had like a grievous experience, like maybe somebody passed, somebody very close to you, like a parent maybe passed. And, I just maybe you just dealt with somebody who's got very bad timing, who maybe had their own reasons and stuff, but you may have some hurt there that you are ready to release, okay? So I'm just going to do your reading for you. So you can obviously choose, 1, 2, or 3. That's, I probably should have said that earlier. So you can either listen to me ramble or, you can just choose like, either 1, 2, or 3. And I would normally recommend to people just choose the one that sort of like just calls out to you, And if you must toss a coin, then you toss a coin. So there's 3 options here. Option 1, option 2, option 3, okay? What you can also do is you can also, whichever numbers come up for you, you can say like you randomly choose, because nothing is really random in any case, but you can make one situation the current situation, you can make one situation the past situation, basically to understand what is the influence on the current situation, why the current situation is the way that it is. And then obviously when you take a look at the potential going forward, then is how this pattern is most likely going to play out. Okay, so that's sort of like what we're looking at in these 3 readings. So, if you're going through heartache, I just want to let you know that I'm sending all my love to you. I know exactly how you feel. And that is why I felt inspired to do this reading. Because there are people out there whose hearts are really hurt and really, really broken, really, around this time of the year. And it's hard to deal with. And so in that sense, I don't really know what's going to come out in the reading, and I don't like go ahead and sort of like, sit, I must tell you this or I must tell you that, because that is pretty much the direct opposite of, that is pretty much the direct opposite of what a tarot reading is all about. You wait and see what comes your way. So please remember that these situations are still general, so take them as they resonate. I must tell you that I personally do not believe in coincidences. So I believe if you are here, then there's a message here for you. All right. So without any further ado, for those of you that are coming back, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energetic contribution. Everything that I do, it's really focused on my vision, on my goal, on my passion, and that is to use my life in service of humanity, in service of positive service of humanity, to help you to move through challenging situations so that you discover your own light and who you are and the beauty of who you've always been. Because sometimes we forget in the world, the world gets very crazy and very scary actually sometimes. And very overwhelming, Our systems weren't really designed to sort of like withstand the kind of experiences that we are currently having. So it's very, very difficult, for us to deal with that. Obviously, this applies to whenever it is that you see this reading, but on February the 26th, Monday the 26th, 2024, I'm actually starting an 11-week Oracle card reading course that teaches you how to read Oracle cards, but it's like this, I really wanted to create something that helps you to positively, develop your own natural psychic senses. And, in order to do that, first of all, you need to understand that it's not like the special thing that some people have and some people don't, It's like a singing voice. You might not ever become the maestro or like, whatever the female version for maestro is, I don't know, or it's the same, I don't know, but anyways. But you know what I mean? But you can be happy and you can be fulfilled and your dreams can be better than you ever imagined But then that usually means that you have to really be authentically in your own power, which can be difficult. So when you really understand who you are, so I'm not even all that concerned about, you're clairvoyant and you're clairaudient, because that also still places things in boxes. It categorizes them. And that is typically the reason why we have an experience like this. And you know what? If you are still listening to this and you haven't jumped forward yet, to option 1, 2, or 3, then I'm actually really going to say to you that it is my personal belief that you are ready for so much bigger than you might currently be aware of for yourself. Because, a lot of times in life, now obviously, we don't want to stereotype and place people in categories again and boxes, but, a lot of times people just want the solution just like that. Just tell me what it is that I need to do, and I will do it, and everything's going to be hunky-dory, and I'm going to feel better about myself, and it doesn't work out, I'll come back to you, because then I can fool myself into believing that I've actually done something about the situation. But boo-hoo, you did nothing. All you really did was sort of it's like your subconscious mind goes to the conscious mind, there. Remember Sheldon in, what was it called? I love that show. There was young Sheldon, which I also love. But then there was the big one, Big Bang Theory, so it goes there. So sometimes that's what the subconscious mind does to the conscious mind, because the subconscious mind it's really the gear in control. And that's why I love regression hypnosis, and that's why, why I'm so convinced by it, because I've seen miracles. It's amazing, really working with the subconscious mind. So yeah, I believe that you're ready for more, and I encourage you to just open your heart to it. And it doesn't matter how it comes about. You may want to consider taking my course. You may think, well, that is not for you. You may check out some other things I have in the description, and maybe none of those are for you. Maybe you are drawn to someone else, and that is perfect. Follow your heart. That is what I always say to you. Follow your heart, because every cup of tea isn't for everyone. You know what I mean? So you want to find out who's your cup of tea, but before you even get there, you want to really gain this deeper understanding of who you are and what you are. You're understanding your real value and your worth. Because when you do, then, even for example, and I believe if you're still listening to this, then you're ready to kind of think like this, basically, that it doesn't really matter what your sort of dominant psychic sense is. If you can just develop your psychic muscles in general, then, it's like you tune into everything, and it's, you sort of it's almost like the flow in life that you go, but you choose the flow. I always say to people, there's nothing wrong with going with the flow, but you want to determine the flow that you go with. You know what I'm saying? So go with the flow, but just make sure that you're in a flow that you prefer, that you are there consciously, that you're not there by default and chance, and that requires independent thinking, which can be thought of as brave, and sometimes people think of it as threatening. All right? So, you also want to be sure that you take good care of yourself. Remember, take good care of your body, because sometimes the challenges are tough. All right? If you want to know more about the course that I'm presenting, there's a link to my website. You can just click it right on top. Okay, let's get into it. So, first person. Okay, let me just give me a second. I'm sorry. Just a second. I just felt inspired to do this, so it's not like I thought it out or anything like that. Okay. So, first option. So, we're drawing for you from the Dreamweaver's Oracle. Welcome to the first option of the reading. So that card is obviously coming out. I love these cards. They are just exceptional. And I actually want to ask you, what I want you to do is I want you to pause the screen. I want you to screen grab this image. There's so much details in these beautiful cards. And I want you to screen grab the image and, just independently later on you can look at the eye and all those sort of things, because you kind of think to yourself okay, so at first glance, these are whales. But then they can also be alien ships. Or they can be something completely different. Maybe they are sort of like a friendly, I don't know, virus or sperm cell, But you're not invasive. You're not going anywhere to attack. You're going there with kindness. All right? With a beautiful heart. I mean, that's just something that I pick up. So just rest it and see what you pick up. But what I get for you here is that even wisdom needs to rest. And there with number 17, 1 is new beginnings. And 7 is also that energy that we had throughout 2023, which is that formative sort of energy. And a lot of times we curse that space. You know, we don't like that space. We don't want to face that space. We don't want anything to do with that space. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of times we are not aware of the things that are negatively affecting us in life. You know what I mean? We're not always aware of it. So sometimes you need to go through those challenging experiences to also sort of refine what it is that you really need. Okay? Because a lot of times we have an idea, and even when we're very independent thinkers and, you know, you've got no prejudice, so you're a nice person. Okay? You're a nice, decent civilian of planet Earth. You know, there's nothing funky about you. I mean, you've probably got your things like everybody else, but I mean, who doesn't type of thing? You know what I mean? I mean, I myself, I can be a little bit spunky sometimes, and I have to like draw myself back, you know? Yeah, Mars in Scorpio, I'm telling you. Just had a sip there quickly. So, what do you see? I see that you are ready to come out of that space because 1 + 7 is 8, and that's infinity space. And I'm doing this reading in 2024, so we are in the, you know, we are in the year of affinity, in the year of affinity flow. Okay? That's what I get for you. What do you get for yourself? All right? Let's see what Mother Gaia has to say. We're looking at our crystal energy. What does Maya Gaia have to say for you? You have gone through a period of rest. I feel that there is someone that you had quite a lot of difficulty letting go of. All right? And it might also be a space where there was, like, as I said, I mean, you know, if you, whether you did or didn't, like, listen to the part of the reading, you know, before I had the timestamps, I was speaking about how maybe there was a deeper loss that you suffered, like the loss of a loved one, you know, maybe several loved ones. And I mean, this could even be an animal. It could be a plant that was very special to you. And it's almost like there's someone involved. I would rather say that there's someone here, but this person is sort of like representative of a broader energy, because I feel that you were ready to cut certain ties which you didn't realize that you had to cut. You know, and I mean that happens sometimes, especially when you get you got a pure, beautiful heart and you've got good intentions, and we're not always aware of it. So, you know, some things have to become clear to you so you could see a broader picture. Ruby and Shine. I love this card. I love this card, especially in this deck, because I remember when I was studying crystal healing. When I, you know, I've always been very fascinated by crystals. I could always say to people, they speak to me, people's like, are you crazy? Turns out I wasn't. But anyways, so I remember that my teacher, and he's an excellent teacher, I remember that he showed us, he found rubies, and sort of like rubies that are not polished, literally they don't really look like much. You know, but then you run a black light over it and it's like this luminance that comes out. And I thought it was one of the most magical things that I've seen. And so when I see this card, this reminds me of the true essence of who you are, of the beauty of who you are, and how sometimes, you know, you just not polished yet. You just haven't found that person yet. And I feel that for many of you, you already have someone on your radar. It's almost like you just want to know if this is the right person for you. You know what I mean? So there's a sense here of just wanting to know, is this the right person for me? You know, do I allow my mind to even pursue in that direction? Okay. This is very much, I must tell you, this is very much the thought pattern of how a Gemini will think, or somebody that's got strong Gemini in their chart. All right. So for example, my sun is Cancerian, so I'm a Cancer. But my Mercury, like my communication basically, is in Gemini, and it's like a whole 28 degrees there, you know, 28 degrees plus. So in that sense, it will then, you know, appeal to someone like me as well. Okay. All right, let's see what you are already doing well. Now, I don't like to only harbor on the negative. Let's first see what you're doing well. Let's first see what you can keep on doing, because you've put a lot of work into things. You know what I mean? You put a lot of work into things, and it's only fair that you should reap the results now. I mean, seriously. Like, if not, why not? You know what I'm saying? Isn't it cool? Look at that. That's the light in the ceiling that is reflecting on the cards. But it's daylight outside. What is the time? I don't usually know what the time is. I had 2 appointments for today, but they both, sometimes life just happens. I mean, I'm not encouraging it, obviously, but, sometimes life just happens, and it's 12:29 on Sunday. So sometimes life is, things just pop up, and you have things that you need to deal with, and you have to have a very human experience, So all of us had that, and I mean, that's fine, I think sometimes we're a little bit too rigid on ourselves, and I want to even encourage you to, let me draw you one more card. I feel this beautiful, white witch energy, so I'm going to draw you another card. Sometimes, and I really want to remind you, because this is something that I used to do to myself a lot, and it came from fear, really, not believing in myself, that, when I'm going through a difficult space, I don't give myself that space to just go through a difficult space. My fear, has always made me work extra hard. And I understand why in the past it was necessary for me, but it's no longer necessary because I now believe in myself, and I know that whatever comes my way, I will sort it out. And that is the energy that I'm picking up for you as well, And when we go through a lot of things, we kind of lose the fear of fear. And when you lose the fear of fear, you be in that space where you can sort of do anything. So I'm going to say that it's, if you are open to love, and this beautiful card here, the Two of Pentacles, is confirming that for you there with the beautiful sun energy smiling down. You and somebody's ready to rise together. Okay? You and a person is ready to rise together. Now, it does seem that one of you might have a little bit of fortune over the other, and that is possibly you in this space. But I'm going to strongly encourage you to not, I don't feel that this is the kind of person that you are, but there might be those influences that suggest that. Don't let your decisions be ruled by money, And I feel that with this person, it's not like you have to be concerned. They aren't going to take advantage of you or anything like that. All right? So you might deal with someone that might, and it doesn't even mean that we have to give them money or anything like that. Maybe just very genuine encouragement. Maybe it's because sometimes that's really all that people need. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what other 2 cards you have. Queen of Water. You see, you are ready to enter something beautiful together here with your person. And, I'm going to go so far as to say that I wouldn't necessarily say things would not have worked out between the two of you before, but it's kind of like, when you kind of think of, let's say, 2 statues that are, independently being created from each other, on 2 different spots. You know what I mean? And they go together really, really well, and they're really perfect together. But, they were being refined, basically, on sort of 2 opposite ends, so to speak. So they are each other's polar opposites. And now the 2 of you are ready to make that connection. So I can see that it will literally just happen. All right? What you want to focus on is the emotion that you feel, the intention. Because I feel that there's good intentions over here. Because we want to be careful when we, sort of I'm going to go ahead and say it like this. We want to be careful that if we trip on someone, because you connect to the energy and you want to be sure that there is the energy that's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Okay? But I do get that this one is 8 of Air. In actual fact, I feel that people don't really get you. Because I see that this connection that you're making, and I see that in your life, and it's like on all fronts of your life. So love just naturally includes that, but don't for a moment think that it's only love. It's on all fronts of your life. I see you beautifully letting go of all of this rigidity, a lot of pain that you were holding on to, okay? I see you releasing and letting go, which is beautiful. Let's see what you want to look out for, all right? We're going to see what it is that you want to look out for. So 9 of Pentacles, so just that warning there again. Be very mindful here when it comes to money. Mindful in the sense that I feel that it can become like a sensitive point. All right? So I don't even know if it's a case of be careful with your jokes. It's more like you might be dealing with someone that you are helping somehow, but they themselves might still maybe have some challenges with accepting help. Okay? Something like that. All right? But I see that you're a beautiful connection. I mean, this is Sun energy. This is Leo energy. This is everybody benefits energy. in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it's that, child that is sitting on the horse with like the, sort of like the sunflowers in the back, and, that sense of authority and power, but not in a negative way. Like when you step into wisdom, so as you had your card there in the beginning, even wisdom needs to rest. So I feel that for you, it's like there were certain milestones in your life that you needed to reach first. And like your energy just got me excited, I'm shaking. It's like there are certain milestones that you needed to reach first, both of you, all right? And I also feel that you're dealing with someone that it's almost like it's both of you, actually, and you're pretty much on the same trajectory, and that is why you both read it at the same time as well. Is sort of like, it's like you had to go through very deep, dark, murky waters. But you had to do it individually, so that when you get together, it's like you recognize this person you've been looking for instantaneously. Like you look at them and you just recognize them. Like there's no doubt about it. It's not like, ooh, I like them. You just meet them and you just understand. And I feel that you may have been avoiding this meeting for a while. There may have been a chance meeting once or twice, but I feel that you've been, and not even from an ugly way avoiding, but you have been avoiding the meeting because it's almost a sense of like, and it's like, and I'm not even going to say in your subconscious, because in your mind you pretty much know. You all get together, there's fire sparks. It's like there was a taste of it already. And I mean that in a very platonic way, okay? 7 of Cups, you're painting a new picture together. It's like the tarot complements each other. And I speak about that in, in the coaching that I have. You can look at the courses in the description if you like. Let's use this deck. Yep, that one's calling me. The Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. This is the Deviant Moon Tarot. This is the Good Tarot. And in Manifest, name one, I should name all, right? And then there's the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading Cards by Rachel Sharman. Then I've got the Wild Unknown Tarot that I'm going to draw for everybody from. And then I'm using the 3 Chris and Tarot decks. And this particular one is the Muse Tarot. Now you know. 7 of Emotions. 7 of Cups. So there's 7 and 7 energy, you see? 7 and Cups twice. 7 of Cups. You got it twice. So this person, because remember we're working down in the line, so this person, you don't have to be afraid really here with anything, because they are like your polar opposite, basically. When you kind of think of like alpha and omega type of thing, one being, neither superior or inferior or anything like that to the other. It's just like positive and negative. They're just two forces that sort of blend together and really just work, okay? So even if you're dealing with a same gender situation here, or 9, like, what is that? I don't really know what's that. Sorry, man, I really apologize, but like a non-binary vibe? Am I correct if I say that? I don't mean to be offensive in any way whatsoever. I'm just, in the same way that with psychic ability, I'm not really too bothered with labels. I'm just not bothered with labels at all, because labels have a thing about confining things. And I see you breaking through the confinements here with the 7 of Inspiration, the 7 of Wands. And there's a lot of 7 energy for you here as well. So you want to know that if you are feeling super restricted at the moment, and you're even feeling sort of doubtful about not just love, but life in general, then you got to know that there's a portal here that's busy opening for you right now. Things are about to change for you very positively, very swiftly. Okay? Things are about to change for you very positively and very swiftly. Okay? Moon energy. Don't be afraid to feel your fears. There's karmic ties that are being wrapped up here. Okay? And honestly, you know what? This is not really a time to be in love, especially if you're not with someone. Obviously, if you're with someone, you're going to, probably find a way to make that work. And you can. And that's what's really great about it. You really, really can. But there has to be honesty of emotions here. And don't wait for the other person to make the first move. Okay? I feel that it's like, it's not, you don't have to come up with this elaborate sort of plan. Because for some reason I feel that you're like, maybe, again, it's very Gemini energy, you're going to stew up some plan, Aries can also do that. They just take significantly less time than Gemini, Aquarius will take way longer. But everybody obviously deals with things differently. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their way. So let's see what we have here for you, because you want to know that you are ready now, but you know, I feel you just have to make that initial contact. There it is. Their heart is ready. So if you've been wanting to reach out to someone, or you just want to repair a situation that you are in, you know, that feels like it sort of like became stuck, this person's heart is opening. Okay? It kind of feels like you had a situationship, you know, with someone. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that there's physical contact between the two of you. It's like you can communicate with each other through a picture. Because it's like you're looking at each other's pictures quite a lot, but you are ready for, it's like you are ready for the real deal now. You are both ready for the real deal now. So if you go ahead and initiate that contact, you know, of course you take it as it resonates. But if it feels right for you in your heart saying, yes, I feel that you are ready to be with this person. You are ready to make this connection. Okay? That's really, really beautiful. That's what I have for you, my beautiful people. I hope that it helps you. I hope that it is beneficial to you, to your life, and to your highest good. And that the rest of your life will be the best of your life. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can just check out in the description, okay? Or in the website. Option number 2. Option number 2. Let's start with your Oracle card from the Dream Weavers Oracle that I'm using for my Psychic Development Oracle card course over 11 weeks. Monday to Friday, 20-minute lessons, 55 of them. Saturdays and Sundays off. Details are on my website. Link is in the description. But this reading is timeless. You want to remember that, okay? So whenever you see it, it's the right time for you to see it. If you missed that course, don't get all sad about it. It just wasn't meant for you. Maybe something else is meant for you, all right? Check out my course links in the description. Maybe it is, and maybe it isn't. And if it isn't, don't feel forced, all right? I'll get a nice free sense here from you. I like that. I get a free sense flow from you. It's beautiful. Okay? All the shoes fell from the sky. Oh my golly gosh. Even my dog like lifted his head up. It's like he felt the energy. Kaping! All right? All the shoes fell from the sky. It seems like some dirty things came to the surface here. Did somebody's lying and scheming creep into the house? I don't know why, but I get the sense of something being, it's like the truth being revealed in neon lights, but it seems like, it doesn't seem like a spiteful thing. It's not like a bitchy thing. It's more like an art expression sort of thing, which I still feel is quite positive, even if it was initially founded on something negative. No idea what that means. You're going to have to tell me in the comments. But all the shoes fell from the sky. They were things that you needed to deal with. They were things that you needed to get clarity on. In others, but also in yourself. Because, you know, when we can be open to it, everybody else that we get clarity about on whatever really, there is something there to learn for us. There is something for us there to benefit there as well. You know what I mean? So if you have been going through some hardships, my beautiful person, first of all, I'm sending you love from my heart. But if you've been going through some hardships, then I want to say to you that, you know, you are not alone in this world. All right? And I want to remind you, as I had to remind myself about 2 years ago, I'm like 41 and a half now, and say about 2 years ago. Maybe 2 years and like 3 months or something like that. I had to remind myself that, Adrian, people fall in love at 80 and 90 years old in old age homes, and they have the most beautiful, you know, marriages and celebrations and stuff like that. And I think a big question sometimes could be for us, will I ever find someone? Will there ever be someone for me? You know? And it can be a very scary thought, because nobody wants to grow old alone. It's just a simple fact, you know? But also, obviously, you also want to have that experience where you can actually be with someone and still be young and still be active. You can still do stuff, you know. You don't just have to be like old together. You know, you want to be also like living together. And I feel that this is what you're ready for. So because it's what you're ready for, there is quite a degree of preparation that had to go into that for you. Okay? So you had to go through those challenges. Let's see what Mother Gaia has to say for you, for your Earth human experience. Remember, it's never just about the situation, it's about the influences. Brazilianite, flexibility. Okay? Did I ask you to screen grab this card? All the others as well. I put them together. When you look at this, all the shoes that fell from the sky, because shit got very real very quickly here, most likely. So be flexible. You might need to. Now, I don't want you to get me wrong. I'm not saying here that you should, and I really don't want to use this word. I'm saying it for lack of a better word that I can think of right now, or later, a less descriptive word. But anyway, so, I don't want you to think of it as lowering your levels, because I think when we speak about, like a lot of people would sometimes say to me, back in the day when I felt ever so lonely because I'm single, Adrian, you must just put yourself out there. Just put yourself out there and just go on dating sites and, just go hang out and, go have lunch a little bit on your own and, just go to some clubs and stuff. And I'm like, well, when you really think about it, I hear what you were saying, but that is not really what I'm looking for. I am looking for, someone that will fulfill the needs that I have, as are you. You know what I'm saying? And if you meet someone in that situation, chances, it's not set in stone, but chances are better than not that they're not really gonna sort of like fit into the idea that you see as romantic love for yourself. All right, so I'm not suggesting, or rather, smile the collective consciousness that channels through me, they're not suggesting that you lower your standards. What is being recommended here is that you open your heart, because, sometimes we have got such a set idea of the person that, that we want to connect with and what they must look like and, all the things that we have. Now, it doesn't mean that you're always not allowed to feel a certain way, but I feel that your heart's desire can come to you in a very unexpected way. But remember, it is our mindset that determines our vibration that can align us with certain, possibilities that already exist. The perfect connection that you'd like to have, the perfect dream life and, waking up in the morning in a life that you love. And going through your days with the life that you love. And yes, you'll have your challenges, but it's like, if I think of energies like this is very water sign energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Virgos are also like this. Aquarius is like Gemini. It's like a lot of energy. I think people are more the same than they are different in any case. So I think even when you say this one is more and that one is more, not really. But this is someone here that is ready to, it's like two puzzle pieces fitting together. So you're perfect for each other in every way, in every conceivable way, and even ways that you are not thinking about. Okay? Because a lot of times, when we have a set type, it actually comes from fear. Because you are like, I must have that person. That's the kind of person that I must have or must be with. And again, I'm not saying that you're not allowed to do that because, literally we live in a world of preference and choice. But just be open to the idea that your person may not really look the way that you initially expected. And I feel that you have the opportunity here to make a deeper soul connection. A connection with somebody that actually really feeds your soul. All right? In actual fact, you feed each other's soul. Because you're those polar opposites. You are that positive and negative. All right? And it's interesting, if I had to choose a reading, I would have chosen deck 2. So it's interesting. the channeling is coming out, but be patient. All right? Your heart is being fine-tuned to someone else. And maybe that person happens to have watched the, whether it's this one or the other reading that's for them. Okay, if you're dealing with someone, which reading do you think they may have watched? But now you don't want to try and mess your mind up that way as well. Okay? So I always recommend that you focus on your energy and not someone else's energy. Because when you focus on someone else's energy, we often drop the ball on ourselves. All right? Because I see you growing in every area of your life. I see you really stepping into your power, because horns are very much about power. I see money coming your way. Yeah, it's like you. So let me explain to you like this. Okay, so challenges and traumas and even worries and fears and things like that, problems that come in life, they can actually be an opportunity for you to expand to that next level. I really believe that there could, sometimes when we wrap things with that idea of like, maybe this is a blessing in disguise, And in my online, what is it, the Masterclass one? The Abundance Manifestation Masterclass, I speak about that quite in detail. You can check it out in the description. That's if you want. But what I'm trying to say is that my point is really that as you step into your power, as you are in a certain situation which you might be finding yourself, be this physical, be it in the mind, I feel that it's sort of like a fusion of both, where it's almost like that saying, basically like you don't actually realize how strong you are until being strong is like the only choice that you had. So I see you stepping into the blessing of the situation, and I definitely see financial independence going along with that as well. So if you've maybe been struggling, with money or your own business to get it going, or you wanted a promotion, or, you may still studying, or whatever the case may be, like you were still working at advancing your career, at bettering it, at sort of like stabilizing it before, you do anything else, because maybe you get very distracted by love. So you needed to make sure that you were ready for it. You are now ready for it. All right, 9 of water, 9 of cups, wish fulfillment. All right, you are now ready for it. You are now ready for that treasure. And I feel that you've got a very mystical sort of mind. All right, which if you're looking at this, and you're my person, I'm going to like that about you, because I've got a very great imagination. Peter Pan is like my favorite story of all time. Just because like the whole mental thing around it and the magic and whatever. I feel that you are connecting to a person, or connected actually in energy to a person, that it's like they can stimulate your imagination. Okay? And maybe even if you're with someone, sometimes, life has been pretty rough. Not even just these last couple of weeks, these last couple of years, So a lot of us are really, really only tiptoeing out of that field of, sort of like consistent force and, fight. Maybe you're still dealing with, a lot of anxiety and things like that. And I feel that you and this person, that, you have done the growth that you needed to do, and they have done the growth that they needed to do. And you are now both ready to step into this next phase of your lives together. Okay? 10 of Wands, yeah. There is some final healing that this person is helping you to do. Okay, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like a wish fulfillment. And this could be from someone in the beyond. Okay? This could be from someone in the beyond. All right? So it seems like someone in the beyond is approving of this connection with this person you're interested in. Yeah. It's a whole new path for both of you. Okay? So that's very, very positive. And this is one of those spaces sometimes where, and it's quite interesting, I heard this whispering to me, sometimes I get that, I got it yesterday, that it's like falling in love with someone, and just a moment for me, and you're not quite aware of it, just a moment. Are you alright? What are you doing? Okay. Just going to check on you. Alright, sorry about that, it's my dog. I just went to go check on him. I thought he was making funny noises, but it's a Jack Russell. They're crazy beings. It's all good. All good. All right. Ace of Swords. So the tables are pretty much set. It's like the universe is just waiting on you to say, okay, let's go. So it seems like you must maybe initiate a step towards this. Let's see what you want to look out for. What is it that you want to look out for? Okay, what is it that you want to be wary of? Spirit guides and guardian angels. Beautiful holy guardian angels of this beautiful person watching this reading. Justice. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to look out for, I feel that you don't have to look out for reasons for how this person is about to disappoint you. So it's almost like you are afraid of love. So maybe you've been very badly scarred, And I get the sense that even if you're with someone, you might be in that space where you might be afraid to give things a second chance because you don't quite know how it's going to go. All right? I feel that you can trust this person, you can trust this energy, you can trust this connection here. So if somebody says they've got good intentions, they do. All right? Or if it seems like someone you're dealing with is changing, now obviously you need to take this with your own prerogative, but I see that they're changing, and it might even be that maybe as you move on to this next level, that there is a release from a person, like it's like a final thing gets laid down, so you go to the next level. Okay, I do see that being, or not being necessary. I see it happening, but also you might be concerned about this person maybe staying a friend in your life. I see that things have. What I'm getting is that there's a perfect ending, so it's beautiful for everybody, but nobody really suffers. Okay, that's what I can tell you. That's what I can get. It's almost like the best you can hope for. Okay? Direct message from source. You've got the sun energy, the highest vibrational energy in the tarot deck. This person, you'll go into flight in all different directions. You know, they bring the peace into your life that you always sought after. All right? So there's the energy being drawn to you into your life or just entered, and they bring the peace into your life that you always sought after. Okay? It's beautiful. I love it. I love it very much. Strength energy, Leo energy, sun energy. So you have got sun energy twice when you look at this now. Calling this win-win is almost like undermining its validity. It's so much more. All right? So you may have given up on love in many, many ways. You may have said, you know what, it's never going to happen for me. Done with that. Never going to happen for me. All right? I definitely missed that train. You didn't. Your train is right on time. And it's pulling into the station now. Okay? So that's what I got for you. I hope that helps you. If this is the only reading I'm seeing you on or connecting with you on, then I want to send you love from my heart. You're more than welcome to check out the others as well. However you are, resonating. And if you are interested in a personal reading, deeper exploration, you can check out all the information is on my website, all my online coaching, all those type of things. Okay. So, number 3, option number 3. Okay. All right. So, starting off with your oracle card. I love this deck of oracle cards. They are pure magic. This reading is timeless, so whenever you see it is the right time. If you see it before Monday, actually not Monday, if you see it before Sunday, February the 25th, 2024, then you can still sign up for my Oracle course that starts on Monday, February the 26th. It's an 11-week journey, 55 lessons, 20 minutes each. Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you get off. I would really like you to do a lot of journaling if you join that journey, because journaling is very powerful to your growth. My friend said something so amazing the other day. My best friend said something so incredible. She was like, if you journal long enough, it automatically becomes automatic writing. And when I really thought about it, it's true. You know what I'm saying? It's really true. If you pretty much given up on love, or you're saying that you are too busy for love now, the way that the shuffling goes tells me a lot. Okay? Because, we're talking about everything except love. Your broken heart has merit. I want you to remember that. Your broken heart has merit. You are allowed to feel pain. You are allowed to feel frustrated. You are allowed to feel whatever the fuck it is that you feel. Because you are a human having a, you're a spiritual being. You're having a human experience, and the human experience is rough. It's especially rough right now. Okay, and it's been rough for a while. And I can sense that you are just tired. You are just tired of the challenges and the suffering, and you have to do everything on your own, and there's nobody there to help you. And if you are with someone at the moment and you're having this experience, and I want to really send love to you, because that is really hard. All right? But masks are coming off. It says, beyond your fears the weavers dance. Okay, so you can have a much better experience of life than you might be realizing. Look at this little fish. He's got like a beautiful face over there. This is why I chose this deck for my, Oracle course, because the course is focused on psychic development, connecting with the essence of who you are, and this is what's going on for you at the moment. Your mind is opening, third eye activating. It's all beautiful. It's all on point. It's all on cue. All right? It's not your imagination, but I feel that many of you, you're aware of it. Okay? You've been waiting for this moment all your life. You just didn't. I feel like it's almost like, not like you didn't put in the equation, but you didn't realize how tough the journey might be. Okay? But the journey is kind of done now. It's graduation time. It's time for you to live the best of the best. All right? I get the best of both worlds. That's what I get for you, the best of both worlds. All right? So I feel like you're still in that space where you're saying to yourself, you are super, super busy, and you just don't have time for love. And somehow this is reflecting in your body. I get your healthy body. Somehow, some patterns here, some deeper patterns here, they're coming to the surface, but they're coming to the surface through the body. Okay? And I can see you growing concerned about it, increasingly so. Okay? Maybe you suffered like a recent disappointment, and I feel like there's something here that's sort of like working out for you. And yes, this is a reading for if your heart is broken and love and stuff like that, but there is something here that's working out for you. It's like there might be another energy, so it could be another person, that you are sort of co-creating with. It doesn't have to be a romantic interest. In fact, it may not be. Okay? Because if you're some of you, you are probably single if you're looking at this, or feeling very single if you're in a connection, which is, that not nice at all. And I feel that I don't want you to take this wrong, but the sense that I'm getting is that, and I got this question over and over in my mind, and so I'm just going to say it, feeling quite brave to do it, but have you ever really loved anyone? Because I feel that you may have been with people, it's almost like you try to avoid it, but I know this sounds rough, and again, I just want to say I'm not meaning to offend anybody, but it's like, may have used people as minions, okay? And maybe you yourself were hurt. You were fighting maybe a altogether different fight for like dominance and stuff like that, and that's more like a subconscious thing, where we play our current patterns out, or rather our past patterns are played out in the current. Let's see. Hi, what's up? You good? You all right? You're going to get a cookie when I'm done, okay? All right. Fire energy. 10 of fire. 10 of wands. Yep. You're pretty much ready. You're definitely in your power. And that is because there's a final release here that's taking place. Your heart is actually finally really just open and really just ready. Something very powerful is transpiring in your life. It's like all these soul contracts that are not serving you positively, they're just being burnt. Okay? So maybe you sign up for a mega earth deal and you realize to yourself like, oh, whoa, hold on. Gotta have some fun here. So I feel that you have maybe already done a ceremony where you have been releasing the past. And you are definitely going to better and more here with the 8 of water. There is that real emotional energy, sort of like a moon vibe. Okay? Treasure chest. So that's the 8 of cups. Your ship is pretty much coming in. Alright? So it's almost like you spend some time getting ready. What did you do? You spend some time getting ready, and you're now ready. The ship's coming in. It's happening. This person, you're connecting with them. So, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Life is bringing you and this person together. Okay? If you have to make a lot of effort, if you have to make a lot of effort, and you have to really, really try, and you have to really, really put yourself out there, and you have to, everything is just such a mission, and that's not your person. Your connection is the easy one. All right, let's get some deeper insight in that. Let's give it a 10 of fire. Some deeper insight. There's a strong sense of familiarity here. So did you already meet this person? Did you maybe have like a temporary encounter? And when I say temporary encounter, I really mean something like bumping into each other in the street type of thing. Okay? Might have been more than that, but that's all I'm talking about. 10 of Cups. So if you want a happy family life, whatever that means for you, then this is your person. Okay? Let me finish this up so I can see why this one is sneezing. So even if your family life has been feeling a little broken, it being repaired here. Here you've got the 10 of Wands again. So you've got the 10 of Wands twice. 10 of Fire and 10 of Wands. Okay? So, yeah, you're starting a whole new chapter with this person. You're starting a whole new chapter with this person. Let's see. 3 of Wands, yeah. You're right place, right time. You don't have to, you remember as I said, you're like, if you have to go to too much effort, they're not the one. Okay, so what do you want to look out for? What is this first card that comes out here? The Page of Wands. I feel that maybe there is still some hurt in your heart, and you might sort of want to be tempted to sort of like almost put like the best foot forward. I feel that it's something that you do sometimes. Maybe you like to look good, but it's almost, be mindful that you do it. Yes, obviously if you're going to go see someone, you want to look good, but also remember to do it for yourself equally as much, even more so, okay? Because then that raises your vibration, and what is meant to happen will happen easily and effortlessly. So, I feel that you want to do this whole thing of like, I wouldn't really say do something like a big celebration, like huge, but something very special, and set it up, and it takes their breath away. I don't really feel that any of that is necessary. Like those shenanigans are necessary. Like I think maybe afterwards you can, what I get over here, which is actually quite amazing. There's never something that I would have thought about. You can actually set up a romantic date together. So instead of this one doing this one for that one, and this one doing that one for that one, it's all surprises. Actually put something beautiful together for the two of you together. Okay? That's quite interesting. I get that. I want you to come to this person with honesty. It's almost like if you're going to come with too much jingles and bangles, you're going to scare them off. All right? You're going to scare them away. They're going to be like, oh my goodness, now I must thought about them. I didn't think they were like this. Okay? Bring your personality, obviously. Okay? Bring your personality, and I mean bring it full house. Just be sure that you don't go into that space where you almost like, like people like overact type of thing. You don't want to do that. All right? Just be yourself. Just be easy and just be breezy. Okay? This is what this person wants, because, we don't know. Maybe that other person also has, some anxiety issues and stuff like that. And maybe even if they spoke about it, like they might not have, but even if they did, sometimes we don't realize how much people are still walking around with and dealing with. Okay? And maybe this person's got their fair share going on. So they might actually welcome you into your life, because maybe they type who would like to be friends with their friend, best friend, and that's what they're looking for, I can see. And that's pretty much all that they need. Because for some reason your person's going through some changes, they're going through some challenges. So they don't really want you to sort of like rock up all bravado and whistle some bells and stuff like that. The moment will present itself, and just go with it. Okay? The moment will present itself, and just go with it. Don't try to create little bumpings and I don't know, stalk them online, or like not even stalk, just kind of get to know them better, or whatever, like their profile, which I suppose is pretty much stalking. But so you want to like almost like make sure that you tick their boxes so they like you, because that kind of puts you, when you think about it, that puts you in a category where you believe that you just showing up as you is not enough, you know, and that if this person is meant for you and you are meant to be together, it's written into your soul contracts, then why do you need to make little plans? I mean, look at what's at the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Wands. Let the outcome go, okay? Just reach out to them, okay? Or at least be ready to be in a situation where you can make this connection with someone. But I feel that for many of you, it's pretty much written in stone, okay? There's no need to chase anything here. Chasing actually chases it away from you because it sort of like denies that there is in the energy, even there at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Pentacles. You two of you are a power couple. You can grow powerfully together. All right, let's get you one more card here from Spirit. You can powerfully grow together. You are literally a power couple. Literally. It's like that deeper connection you have within yourself. And people might even say they don't know what it is. They can't put their finger on it, but it's like your energy feeds each other perfectly, in balance, harmony. The Magician. You are powerful together. You amplify each other's energy. So, you know, a lot of times, and maybe you need to hear this, a lot of times, you know, especially because you may have worked so hard on your career and everything in your life and your independence and, you know, your pride and whatever, you may not want to lose yourself in a connection because I see that that may have been something that happened in the past or threatened to happen, or maybe they had a problem with your job and stuff like that. Because I see you, what I do see here is like I see you liking working, but not necessarily the job that you currently do. Which means maybe you're ready to start something different and something new. Because maybe the person that you're dealing with, I see them being very busy as well, but maybe I kind of sense that maybe they work more like they like entrepreneur or like independently employed and, you know, like sort of online jobs and whatever. Or they maybe do something like me. But it's like you're dealing with someone here that want to be together with you, and like it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. But they also want their time. So it's like they 100 together in the connection, but it's almost like, I would almost go so far as to say they want 50% with you and 50% their own time. And it's almost like they leave the two worlds in each other. So let's say, for example, they work for themselves or they're a contractor or anything like that, you know, that they will have work and they might bring assets of their personal life into work, but they are still quite pretty private. Maybe more private than other people know. So maybe just you know things that maybe that person doesn't know, or maybe that person's looking for someone to have the connection with. Because when they're with you, they're just with you. So I just want you to know that when you get together with someone, there's someone here that they need a lot of time to themselves. But that you can trust them. There's no distrust in this connection either, which is beautiful. Doesn't my type of vibe, you know. So that's what I have for you. This is really, really beautiful. It's almost it kind of like the reading throughout looked at almost like the dark side of, for example, Aquarius, and also the light side of Aquarius. So if maybe you want to have a deeper understanding. If you don't, you can maybe look at how Aquarius energy operates. All right. So that's what I have for you. I hope that helps. If you're interested in a deeper exploration or maybe a personal journey, you know, maybe a reading, regression hypnosis, I'm a Reiki Master Crystal Healer, you can just check down below in the description. The link for my website is right on top. You can just check everything over there. All right. I'll see you around next time. I wish you all the best and may your heart heal and may your life shine. I love you.